it's Kasia, and today I'm going to show y'all how I did this mermaid slash butterfly braid. So the first thing I did was start off with some hair. This is Expressions hair, and I split it into two sections. I did not cut it. I did not cut it at all. If you want yours short, you can cut it, but I wanted hers to be really long and full, so I did not cut it. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to part her hair into two sections as if I'm doing two regular braids basically, but in the back one side is going to be thicker than the other, which is going to be the side that's smaller in the front, because the braid is going to come around her neck to the side where she has the more hair. And y'all will understand what I'm saying in a minute. So I clipped that part of the hair off, and I'm going to use beeswax and extra hold cream of nature edge control to slick her hair down. So first I'm going to go in with the beeswax just to let y'all know her hair was silk pressed beforehand. If y'all want to see my silk press video, I'm going to go ahead and link that above so y'all can check that out before doing this style if you would like. So I'm just going to go ahead and slick her hair down with beeswax. And then I'm going to go behind it with the edge control. And the bottom braid, or the smaller side braid, whatever you want to call it, this is going to be a feed-in braid, and the top braid is going to be a butterfly braid. You can do both as a butterfly braid, or do the top one as a butterfly braid and the top one as a feed-in, and do both as a feed-in and do the end as a butterfly braid. It's up to you, but I'm going to show you both basically. So this one is going to be a feed-in braid, and that's what I'm setting up for now. And then the top one is going to be the more feathered out butterfly looking one. And I'm just smoothing her edges down. And then I'm going to begin braiding after I finish smoothing everything down. Also, if you would like to see how I do feed-in braids, I'm going to link my feed-in braid tutorial up above, because I do have one. But basically, I just started braiding her hair to the scalp, and then I just added the weave underneath my hand and as I went along. But I have a more detailed video, and I'll definitely link that above if you guys want to check that out if you don't know how to do a feed-in braid. So now I'm going on to the front section. I'm going to slick the front back a little bit, but I'm mostly going to slick it down. Then I'm going to part out a section because I basically braid on, I do a single braid on the beginning of her hair and I sew it down. I slick her hair down, her real hair, and I braid that down so that it can be sleek and tight while the braid is still like feathered out really good, because it's hard to be pulling on her hair while it's inside of the braid basically. I just don't want it to get loose. I want it to stay tight, so I sew the braid on basically. So you're going to see what I'm doing right here. I'm just going to braid her real hair down, And then I'm going to add on the weave to the front part of her hair. Then I'm going to feather it out, and then I'm going to sew that down, and then I'm going to sew the two braids together, and y'all are going to see this. So this is the point where I added the weave to her hair. So I'm just going to do basically like a single box braid kind of thing, but I'm going to braid it really loose. And make sure you have your client to hold that part so that it doesn't pull on their hair. So you're just going to braid it all the way down, and you're going to braid it really loose so that you can be able to feather it out really good. Because if you braid it too tight, you won't be able to pull the hair out. So now that I've braided both braids all the way down and feathered them out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew the top part on. So as you can see, I'm sewing underneath the weave braid onto her actual braid to secure it. And if you wanted to, you probably could use bobby pins, but I'm pretty sure you'd have to use a lot of them. I just think sewing is much easier, and you won't hurt her because bobby pins can tend to hurt if they get stuck in wrong. So I'm just braiding the underside. I'm just sewing the underside of the weave braid to her braid, and I'm going to sew that all the way down to the end of her hair. Then I'm going to end the thread there, cut it, and then I'm going to stack the braids on top of each other and then sew them together. Once I completed the braid, I did her edges, and then I put a perm rod on the end of her hair and dipped it in hot water to make it curly. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.
The truth is, I'm not really sure what happened.